So my next video is going to be one concerning my master brake cylinder on my CB450. So we're going to get started on that. Hey, let's begin. So there's my front brake master cylinder on my CB450. First thing to come off is the mirror that just twists off, and then secondly, a couple metal or electrical clips underneath here for my brake lights. Two of them I disconnected them. I marked one of them on the clip and the connector with blue tape so that I can make sure that I put them back on there properly. So next off is the brake line. Pull back the boot, not a problem. It's 10 millimeters on the bolt. Loosen it up. It was a heck of a lot harder to loosen than I just did. I pre-loosened it. I had to really wrench on it. Comes right off. And there's two washers, one of them which I just dropped, which I'll pick up. But yeah, make sure you don't lose those. So there's the brake fluid line bolt and the two washers that I had to pick up off the floor. So next off, the cap, two screws. If you hear a nice soothing sound in the background now, my wife decided to start the dryer, so stay focused! Anyway, here's some screws. Take those off. Dropped one. I'll find that, and that comes right off. And yeah, I got some lovely fluid pouring out of there that I should have had a towel for. But anyway. Okay, so I found the screw that I dropped right there. Very nice. And so next thing off is the actual master cylinder itself. There's two screws here holding it on the handlebar. So I've pre-loosened those. I'm just going to take those off. And then the bracket will come right off the back of that. Very easily, and it'll separate real nicely. So there's the front brake cylinder off the bike. Still got fluid in it. Turn the master cylinder over, and there's a nut that we can remove to get the actual lever off. Then you have to turn it back over, and then you need a screwdriver to take the screw out. I can't do it with two hands. I'm using the camera, so just turn the screw, it'll come right out. Remove the boot from the end of the piston. So the next thing out is the piston, and if you look down into the cylinder here, it's really hard to see, but you might be able to see the circlip right at the bottom of the piston rod there. And on the top by my finger, right down in there by my finger, there's two little teeny holes on the circlip, and I don't have a tool for that, so I don't know how I'm going to get that out. I came up with this brilliant idea. Why not trash a pair of perfectly good needle nose pliers with my Dremel and create two little tips that'll fit in the holes on the clips to get it out. Brilliant! Sure enough, it worked. So anyway, some great ideas come with a cost. I'll need a new pair of needle nose pliers, but hey, whatever works, right? Okay, so here's how I actually did get it out. Here's the circlip. You can see the little holes there. Here's my ingenious invention. My needle nose pliers in the holes. That. Squeezed it just a little bit like that, and then just pulled it up. Once I did that, there's a spring underneath the piston. It popped right up like that and came right out. Now, getting the needle nose pliers down into the cylinder to get the clip out was a little challenging. I used a little rod to push the piston down like I'm doing with my thumb to get some clearance room for the needle nose pliers, and then stuck them down in the cylinder, got it in the hole, pulled it out. Ta-da! That's how it worked. So here's the empty cylinder right there, and here is the spring and the piston and the circlip that came out. The spring has a seal, rubber seal on the end of it that goes right under the piston, and then the piston has a little rubber seal on it also, and then there's the circlip. So these are the pieces that I'll be replacing that came in the kit. It's the piston spring, the piston boot, and the circlip. So I'll pop those on there, put it back together, and then I'll let you know how it worked. So I put the whole master cylinder back together and tried out the bike, and it works great. And before I did it, it was real jerky. The caliper was real jerky, and it wasn't stopping the bike. Now it's nice and smooth, and of course it's an old bike, still not stopping the bike, but it's slowing it down a lot better than it did. So rely on you to reverse the steps of everything I did and get it back together. I don't want to go through all that. So good luck. If you have any questions, post a comment. Bye.